Hello, my name's Arthur. Age 35, I thought I'd take up white collar boxing. So I found this little gym in Euston. It's going to help me train for the big fight coming up soon. Follow me.
Boxers have to go through different energy systems. It's not just coming in, jumping in the ring and sparring. You need to be able to have anaerobic fitness, aerobic fitness, also just the fitness of getting punched. I mean, that's a fitness in itself. So a typical regime would be you've got to go out and do your runs, your long endurance runs, which are anything up to 45 minutes, 3 to 5 miles sort of thing. Then you also got to do your short, sharp bursts of running, so hill sprints, and we also do track work, so we'll get down the track and do 800 metres, 400 metres, 60 metre sprints. That's the cardio side of it. Then obviously we need the strength and conditioning, and the technique work as well. So most boxers will be in the gym quite a lot during the week, maybe 6 times a week.
Even at the white collar level, would you get?
Yeah, I mean, it all depends how seriously you're taking it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not taking it serious, you'll come down and just hit the bag and go and fight. People like yourself, you're really, really on it. He told me he does his runs and stuff. Yeah. He'll come down and do the strength and conditioning circuits. He'll come down to sparring to learn the technique inside of it. I mean, you can come down and do all your strength and conditioning and you're running, and you can be really, really fit. You get in this ring, it's a completely different fitness levels. You're breathing. People, like, it takes a lot of you just getting hit. A lot of people come down and they're super fit, they've run all their life, they've done classes, they've got a sporting background, they jump in the ring, 2 minutes in this ring feels like an eternity.
Yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the one and the only Frank the what's your fighting name?
I don't have a nickname.
Frank the Fairy is in contention at the moment. Ferocious Frank. Frank the Tank.
Frank the Fairy.
Frank is going to give us a quick 101 on how to use the floor to ceiling ball. I don't know what I'm doing, I'm just sort of get whacked in the face by it. So Frank's the expert. Drop your rap, Frank. Let's see what you got. Come on. Floor to ceiling ball, the experts, this is how they do it.
I don't know if I'm an expert, but this is what I've seen people do.
So this is probably one of the most famous things in boxing, is the speed ball. You recognise it from Rocky. Frank is about to release his own DVD series soon about boxing fitness and skills. But here he is demonstrating the speed ball. Fast as you can go, Frank. Much better than Frank. Oh, this might be one thing I reckon I'm better than you than, Frank.
I think so.
Yeah, ready, watch this, watch this. This is what you do, I think you do that.
That's it. That's it.
So I'm in sales, I work at Schroders Finance.
So like that most of the day?
Yeah, like that most of the day, sort of talking a lot of stuff, talking about things I don't really necessarily know about. But I mean, this is really good fun, and I mean, getting in there is it's a big adrenaline rush.
And how do you feel about, because we've got the fight coming up soon, nerves kicking in yet?
Yeah, well actually, so I've basically employed my sister to be my trainer, and
unfair advantage noted.
And she was talking about my opponent yesterday, and I just got so nervous. Like, you know, I went out for like a run afterwards because I was just like, I've got to be fitter, I've got to be stronger.
We have a desired weight to get to, so if you've got to lose 4 or 5 pounds, food-wise, we'll get in more nutritious nutrients and vitamins through fresh fruit, vegetables and stuff. Not eating, you need the energy, but we need to really tailor it down a little bit. So an example would be, breakfast would be your carbs, like a porridge, just to get you through the day. After training, you'd eat some sort of protein. My personal favourite shot is the left hook to the body. If you land that, it's a piece of a shot. Obviously, most people are orthodox, so the way they stand, their body, their liver's located on their right-hand side of the body, just underneath their rib cage. And if you just screw it, land that liver shot.
The liver shot.
The liver shot.
The left liver shot.
Left liver shot. Your body just, that's an inflammatory response. Your body just shuts down. Hence why you see boxers thinking,
yeah,
they go down just on one knee. That's it. That's my favourite shot in boxing.
Go in the square, back out the square. So I want you moving around the square. Yeah, so you're not staying in the same spot. There, moving around the square. Every time you throw a punch, step in, back out. Up in the way. 1, 2. Back out.
Okay, so on this journey to my white collar boxing match, I've realised I'm not naturally very good at boxing. So what I've done is come to Nottingham to meet former IBO welterweight champion, 7 times defence of the title, Jarwade, Too Sleek Khalik. I've got this fight coming up.
Yeah.
Bit nervous about it. I really enjoy it, but I'm not a natural.
Now when you're moving that way, you're doing it. Yeah, that's the worst way to move.
The fitness regime, what would be, in the run up to the IBO fights, what would be a typical week for you roughly?
I think most mornings we'll go to the gym, we'll do a run. Usually, I used to run a lot of time before my training and then come and train afterwards. It might be 6 to 8 rounds on the bags, skipping, pad work, sparring, it can be, and then circuit. Most sessions I'd finish off with a circuit. And then have a few hours break, maybe come back to the gym, do another session. It could be another technical session, or it could be sparring, and then rest in the evening. Occasionally I might have a third session, but most of the time it was just 2 sessions.
And that'd be every day?
That would be 6 days a week. Every day. There's a day you might be sparring 8 and 10 rounds and you get absolutely battered. The next day you come in with a sore nose and you think, I can't even do this. But as you warm into it, and that sort of mentally toughens you up as well, more than as well as physical. It's because boxing is a lot more mental than it is physical. The top guy sort of will tell you that.
Yeah. What's your favourite punch?
My favourite punch is probably my jab. It's helped me a lot. It's helped me win fights, keeps an opponent away from you, sets up the big power shots, and can be a brilliant punch.
Obviously, it's quite a controversial sport, boxing, because you are hurting people. How do you feel? Is there a sense of guilt afterwards, or is it that just the sport, that's the rules?
I think at the time, a lot of people get a bit of a buzz out of it. I was always a bit too nice, and I used to feel a bit guilty, and I used to feel a bit bad when I'd hit people. But when they hit you back, you sort of want to go and attack them. But yeah, it is a contact sport, and I don't think any boxer intentionally wants to hurt the opponent. I think it's just the nature of the sport where the adrenaline is pumping and you're going for each other, and yes, we are trying to knock each other out, but nobody wants to, because they know what the outcomes can be and how dangerous the sport is for themselves and the opponent. So I think most boxers have the respect and they don't want to hurt the opponent.
What sort of regime would you recommend in terms of training?
I think for the white collar, the main thing is to be fit. Make sure you're fit, because it's a very fast-paced fight. Any 2-minute round fight is very, very fast, and you have to be really, really super fit.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
But if you have a little bit of boxing ability as well, it makes it a bonus. So if you just work on footwork and your basic and your jab, keeping an opponent away from you, try not to get involved in a fight. As much as we say this, it always becomes a fight in a sense. You just start swinging. Most people do when they got the white collars, but a lot of the white collar haven't got that much experience. So if you just work on your jab and a little bit of footwork, keeping away from getting hit, it makes a massive difference.
White collar boxing is getting big in the UK, really big. And you know, my brother-in-law himself is actually doing a fight coming up soon, and I told him I was going to be speaking to you. Is there one sort of tip or like one thing that novice boxers or people just getting into boxing or fighting or any sort of combat sport should be doing with their nutrition from day one to get themselves sort of on the right track?
If you look at sports, you could split fitness into two categories. One category is cardiovascular fitness, the body's ability to repay the oxygen debt, and the other fitness is a muscular fitness. You'll get bodybuilders that are tremendously muscular fit but not very cardiovascular fit. You'll get some boxers that are very cardiovascular fit but not very muscular fit. And most cardiovascular athletes don't eat enough protein. And if we don't eat enough protein, how can we have those building blocks for the muscles to repair from the trauma of training? Good luck, Arthur, and eat plenty of protein.
Unfortunately, disaster has struck and I have resurfaced an old injury as part of the training, which is absolutely heartbreaking at this point, 2 weeks away from the fight. My knee just went the other day, and I've been to see a physio, and apparently it's through the back.
I have just been to see a back specialist at great personal expense to try and get to the bottom of this knee/back injury and see if I can still fight in 2 weeks. And the good news is that most things seem to be working okay, and that he reckons I can still risk it. It is a new low today when I joined the local gym and I was walking up and down a tiny little pool and was overtaken by a swarm of older ladies who were there for a class. So I'm going to be pitched against some big brute next week in a ring and need to be on top form, and I'm being overtaken by 70-year-old ladies in Muswell Hill. So I've been to the physio again, and she's given me 5 pages of exercises, 27 different stretches and exercises to try and sort my knee out and back before the fight. But I've still 1 week to go now, and I haven't been on a run for a week or done anything like that, so let's hope this stuff works.